And back on a Wednesday morning, not Wednesday tomorrow. It's going to be a windy Wednesday tomorrow, so y'all be careful. Tuesday morning after the Monday night City Council President Harold Wells in here this morning. No churning today, Harold.
No churning today.
Churn out some info from last night. Y'all were busy last night, weren't you?
We were real busy last night with a big crowd last night. We put up about $4 million, approved that. We're going to rework our water treatment plant, Jamie. It was built in 1965 down on Elk River, and it's time now that it be reworked. So we voted last night, and it passed to rework that. We want you to get a clean drink of water when you turn that tap.
Yeah, water always been good here in Athens. You also voted to demolish some. Is that just one house y'all going to
That was just one house last night. We have to take them one at a time. But
now, where is that house?
That house is on Browns Ferry. I'm almost afraid to move my hands down. Browns Ferry going west, just as you go through the four-way stop. It's on your right there.
Now, the property owners, are they opposed to this, aren't they?
Well, Jamie, none of them came forward last night. There are several people whose name is on the deed.
Yeah.
None of them showed up last night. They have 10 days to appeal it to a court. If they don't do that, then we go in basically and demolish the building, and then we put a lien on the property to get our money returned.
Okay.
And if when they go to pay the taxes, if they don't pay the lien, then the city would own the money and we would sell it at a public auction.
On the property.
Yes.
What else happened there last night? There were several big things going on. I guess those are the biggest two of the evening.
Well, that took up most of the time right there. The other things were just, we had to buy a new bucket truck for the city. They had one that was about 7 years old. It was wearing out. We're running a gas line all the way from Edgewood Road all the way out to a water treatment plant. And it was just a lot of housekeeping stuff like that last night.
Now, you also, after that, you went over to hear Mo Brooks speak last night. They had a packed house.
That was a packed house, and it was. I thought he'd done an excellent job. He talked about everything from the debt ceiling to raising the debt ceiling. He talked about the Second Amendment, our gun situation, and I was real proud of him last night, the way he handled that. He did not back down for some pretty hostile questions that came his way. And he talked about the job situation. He thinks it can be good, but he thinks the debt situation is going to hold back everything we try to do, because getting the money right now, it's at a low interest rate, so it's not too bad to borrow the money.
Right.
But that's going to change, Jamie, and he talked about it last night. And then what are we going to do? So we've got some big decisions facing the United States in the next few years.
Yeah, well, but as a city council, what do you see? Do you see things getting better, Tom, real estate and stuff like that right now as we get ready to head into spring here in a couple of months?
Jamie, I do. I think the city of Athens is healthy, and I wouldn't tell you that if it wasn't true. Jamie, we've done the tax issue, and it's going to help. We're already seeing little small signs of it, but we're going to be able to extend our sewer line into neighborhoods where developers can build more houses. We've got a plan in front of us now we're working on to go southeast with it, all the way to Mooresville Road.
It's an expensive project, too, though.
It's expensive. You're talking millions of dollars. But, Jamie, if we're going to have growth, and that's where the growth is, we're going to have to put sewer out there. And we're going to have to put it out here where commercial will want to come to Athens. This commercial property becomes a whole lot more valuable when they ride by and they see that manhole sticking out of the ground. Jamie, I don't know where you've ever noticed now, but over at Madison and places, when they put that sewer in, they leave those manholes up. There's a reason for that. They want you to see it.
See it, okay.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
That's what it is. That's what it is, yeah.
Well, good deal.
It sure is.
Tom, I'll ask you, Casablanca, when are they opening downtown?
When?
Yeah.
Next couple of weeks.
Next couple of weeks. Speaking of restaurants, I'll tell you about another new one that just opened last week. The Big Easy, right there on Highway 72 West. Go by there. Heard a lot of people talking about it. The Big Easy, seafood, fresh seafood delivered daily. Go in there, get po' boys or whatever you need. You can eat there, carry out, whatever. So they're open each and every morning, I think at 10:30, 7 days a week, 10:30 to about 8 or 9. There's the menu. So go by there and enjoy fresh seafood right here in Athens, Alabama. So downtown Casablanca is going to open.
Well, it could be a little less than that, but just pushing right now.
IHOP's still scheduled to open March.
March, I believe. And I went by the other day. That's looking like it's almost completed, I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Put your
good places to eat.
Foot up on the table there, Harold.
Up on this table?
Yeah, put your table up on there. Well, shine your shoes for a second. Huh?
They need it, I tell you.
Well, I just noticed that.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to, let's see, you can't do Crocs that way. Let's see.
Oh, boy.
Let's see, I just want to put you
That
on
dust
there.
is coming from the brush.
I want to ask y'all about this brush.
It's about, what, 50 years
See
old?
that brush?
That brush right there is old. Sure
How old do you
is.
think that brush is?
I would say it's more than 50. I'd say it's 60 years old.
I'm going to say this brush, Frank and I were talking about this
Longer
morning. By the
than
way,
that.
Frank still has a rotary phone.
100 years old?
I'm going to say this is over 100 years old. Because I was noticing when I saw the Country Rover replays this morning, and I'm going to share it with you in just a moment. In 1982, I did an interview with a guy named Mr. Sansomi, downtown
Sansomi.
Huntsville. He came over from Sicily, I want to say in 1907 or 1912,
Right.
and opened up a shoe shop in downtown Huntsville. He went out of business in the mid-'80s. I did a couple of stories on it. But my mother went to school with his kids, and all he ever did was repair shoes. And he gave me this brush just to have. So this brush has got to be well over 100 years old. Anybody still use? I wonder if Dobbs Shoe Shop uses a brush like this anymore.
I don't know.
I don't know. Surely
I
there's
bet they got a
something.
rotary brush of some kind.
But I want to give a shout out this morning to Lad Montgomery. His wife was up here with us Friday, and he came on too. And he paid me a great compliment with Country Rover stories. He was
He
talking about all
did.
these reality shows now, and he says, you know what? The Country Rovers that you did back in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s were probably the first true reality programs ever made.
Yeah.
You put real
no-
people
there was-
on and they talked and
There was
yeah.
nothing phony, fake
Interesting.
about any of them. So, Harold, enjoy that shine today.
I will.
You know, you're the only person that's ever got a shoe shine from
I
Jamie
noticed you
Cooper.
skipped
Hey, I'll remember
tongue.
that.
But this story I did back in
can't do my
1982,
Crocs.
Tony Sansomi, downtown Huntsville, gave me that brush is well over 100 years
How
old.
old was he when he moved here?
I want to say he was a kid, 12 years old, or maybe he was 12 in 1907 or something like that. Maybe it'll be in the story. Anyway, Harold, thanks for doing such a great job for the city of Athens. Proud to have you as City Council
Thank
President.
you.
Tom, thanks for just hanging in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Let's go with that Country Rover story now. Tomorrow, now, y'all pay attention to the weather.
Yes, it's going to be bad
It's supposed to be
tomorrow.
storm. What is the weather?
Weather is 60 miles an hour winds, and the storm should be hitting us around 3 to 5 a.m. So, of course, we'll be here. Hopefully, you'll be at home safe and keeping an eye on it.
If you've got outdoor furniture out, winterized,
Put it up tonight.
because you don't want to see it coming through your windows.
Your garbage cans, too.
Yeah, garbage can, everything too. Let's go out with that Country Rover
Have a
story
good
from
day.
1982, talking about this very original brush right here. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
In 1913, Tony Sansomi came to this country from his hometown of Sicily. In 1915, he opened a shoe repair shop in downtown Huntsville. Almost 70 years later, Tony Sansomi is still in business at the city shoe shop. Sansomi grew up living right on the ocean in Sicily. His dad was a fisherman, but Tony Sansomi hated water and started learning his life's trade at a young age. Tony Sansomi didn't want to become a fisherman like his father. He wanted his feet planted firmly on the ground, so at the age of 8, he put his soul into the shoe repair business. To this day, Sansomi hasn't returned to Sicily for one reason.
Because the ocean make me sick.
Sansomi's antique machines of the trade are busy 6 days a week. Shoes of various styles decorate his compact shop.
I want to see about getting some heels put on these shoes.
You try.
Friday be fine, just like there is.
I
Okay.
remember your face.
Okay, you don't need a tag or anything?
No, man.
Okay, thank you.
He never asks a name, just remembers the face. He also remembers when people would wait for their shoes. Nowadays, people don't want to wait. And as for the shoes of today, who would know better than Tony Sansomi? Are shoes any good today?
Well, shoes was. No, shoes today is better looking shoes. Of course, it don't last long.
In Huntsville, I'm your country rover, Jamie Cooper.